Howdy, it's me again, the persnickety opponent of anti-evolutionism from Spokane, Washington. This little short lecture, talk, musing, is on how do we push back against creationism, intelligent design, and all of the sundry pseudoscience beliefs that are knocking around in the world, and how do we network better. An opportunity slipped past in my own case just a few weeks ago when Answers in Genesis had a show from Andrew Snelling and a few other of their lecturers at the University of Montana, and let me repeat, University of Montana, a state university. Uh, just exactly how effective it was, I don't know. I wasn't able to get there to see. I tried my darndest to do it, but I couldn't quite get enough funding and slip together to get enough gas and find people in Missoula to crash at their place because I couldn't afford a motel and all that kind of stuff. Turned out there probably would have been someone to do that with, and it was probably doable, except all the people that I had connected up with in the area, the secular community in Missoula, were a little too slow on response time. So it had to be done right at the spur of the moment, which reinforced another issue that I only found out about this particular show literally at the last minute because I found out about it linked by somebody on a tweet that was just commenting on it as a side issue. I had attended a similar kind of thing that the Intelligent Design Bunch, the Discover Institute, was doing over in Seattle, where I had a little bit of a warning on it and was able to look at that. And I posted a video on it a couple notches back. If you check on the channel, you'll be able to look at that. Um, but it reminds me that what we've got is a slow game here. Anti-evolutionists are very busy. They have lectures, they have public shows, not always in churches, at a university in this case. And it's just not up to speed if we're letting that stuff occur without us paying attention to it and without us responding to it. It's too much of a playing catch-up thing. Snelling and Michael Ord and the other people that were going to be there all have big holes in their arguments if you know about them and are able to directly present that sort of information and challenge them on it. At the very least, document what information is being presented, how good their attendance is, what kind of pushback there are. Are the local science communities paying any attention to it? Are they have members there? We don't know because nobody paid any attention to it and looked. Um, I'm sure there are people around the country, and indeed around the world, in the case of European and other areas where there's anti-evolutionism efforts, of people who have a bee in their bonnet the way I do, and have the knowledge capable of responding to a lot of these things, and could indeed get together in ways to push back directly, to monitor and respond directly, instead of operating after the fact, after the barn door has been open, after the presentation has been done and somebody there gets elected to a city council or siphons material into somebody who is a state legislator, and pretty soon you have anti-evolution legislation, all because everybody is sitting on their hands, not responding to these things directly. The available information that we have and the number of people that presumably we have around the world could pull this off if we interconnected better. And I'm open to all sorts of ideas about how we could network better. I'll put my link up for my hashtag tip website, which has got a comment section. Anybody can weigh in there and ask and take note of things and provide connections so that we can get together better on Facebook and on other social media and Twitter and by direct email contacts and whatever. I fear that all of us have got to have our game upped because our opponents haven't slowed down, and now they've got people in the federal government ready to put their thumbs down to kind of ease that sort of arguments along. We got to get going and moving on this. There's my little soapbox for the day. Thank you very much for listening.